I see that Cancer's trophy 61 was Toronto. I heard, yeah. And then Principe got trophy number 17, so now we're tied for second with Canister. I haven't played Magic since Friday's stream. Be a nice little morning just chatting with Spike, I guess. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Oh, I love this one. Put back either Inquisition or Thoughtseize, I think. My opponent didn't reveal Lurrus, so I think they're less likely to be aggressive deck, so I'll keep the second Thoughtseize. And I think that I will lead on Thoughtseize, so my Darcy's more likely to survive. But yeah, so I after Friday's stream, I drove to go visit a friend for a birthday, and then I drove back Saturday morning, and then played D&D last night. So I haven't played any Magic since Friday's stream. So I haven't had any time to catch up on the trophy race. I think it's old Just Guy control, huh? How do you feel about 3 Dress Down? Dress Down has been really, really impressive to me. I was not expecting to want to play this many copies of Dress Down, but I've been really, really, really happy with it so far. Alright, do we get Steam Vents or Watery Grave? I don't think it matters that much since we're using both our red and our black spell. I think it's about equally likely that we'll play a double red or a double black. I think it's Steam Vents. I think that I'd rather like be able to play like Threat plus Kroxa next turn. Graveyard that. I'll keep a land. Just some plus Kroxa means no sacrifice. Yes, that's correct. Alright, so for those of you just joining us, we are in the challenge. We have a bye for round 1. So, we just jumped into a league. I imagine there's not going to be nearly as many people here, because it's like, today's a day I don't usually stream, and then it's also, really early for a lot of people. But it's also like right on time for some other people. You're going to Inquisition before I Kroxa because I'm worried they'll discard their Snapcaster. That'll be their only Inquisitional Bull card. Oh, they didn't flash it in a response? That was just a huge punt. One PM in EU. Yeah. I get to hang out with all the European fans. All the European friends. Alright, Prismatic Ending. So if you draw land, we get to Kroxa. Did draw the land. Yeah, Dress Down also, of course, makes your Death Shadows 13/13s. And then it cantrips for Lurrus. The card has been just really, really doing a lot of work. Thanks, Raccoon. Appreciate ya. Great time for being midday on a Sunday, UK, so people catch the stream. Yeah, I've been thinking about, trying to do some more, like, extra streams in the evenings, because I do know that there's a lot of people that have told me, hey, I used to be able to watch the stream a lot, and now the schedule's changed. My personal schedule's changed, and I haven't been able to catch it as much. So it might be nice to, like, do, like, the occasional, like, evening stream, or... It might not be that nice to do to do too many early morning streams. That might not be best case scenario. I do want to trim on Dress Down, I think, against the control deck. 2 is probably still fine. 3 bolts feels like kind of a lot. I could play the first Lantern over the 3rd bolt. I feel like Lantern's not that good against them either, though. I'll just play this. Yeah, Dress Down makes Shadow 13/13, and it also makes Kroxa not have to be sacked. And then it also is good against a lot of cards in the format, like it's pretty good against opposing Darcy's, it's pretty good against elementals, it's very, very good against Urza Saga tokens. The card has been. It's just like every time we play with Dress Down, it feels like we get some new, like some new scenario comes up with it. Well, kind of awkward to draw our basic swamp with 2 iterations, but we should be able to scry into another land. When do you bring in Lurrus? Not that often, surprisingly. Good morning, Elmag. Yeah, very, very Innistrad, very on theme for ooh, get to surveil Kroxa in the yard. The new Innistrad set, which I'm pretty excited for. Celestial Colonnade on top. Just down with Kroxa trigger on the stack doesn't work. Yeah, if the trigger's already on the stack, it still gets sacrificed. It doesn't like counter the trigger like after the fact, but it stops it from ever happening in the first place. So like a very common play pattern that you'll see is me going end of turn casting Dress Down, and then yeah, I think I want to play a second Darcy because this way they can't play Teferi Time Raveler, just have it go unanswered. Stings to not draw the land. But yeah, you'll see me go Dress Down on my end of turn, because and then Dress Down will stay in play for all of my turn, and then I can untap and just cast a Kroxa. Opponent with the all Guildgate draw. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt to my upkeep. Try to find a land. This is also gonna give me Delirium for sure. Assuming no Force of Negation, I guess. Graveyard. Like 1 mana Magma Jet, it's kinda cool. Alright, we still haven't found the land. I've had a lot of looks, but no luck. I am gonna go ahead and send in for 6. Celestial Purge, one of my 2 Darcys. Can you imagine a weird scenario where you need to side on Lurrus, like you only have 5 minutes left on the clock? I feel like even then doesn't make any sense. That would be like a panic decision that you make. I mean, like, the real reason that people side in Lurrus is, of course, on accident. That's the most common scenario to side in Lurrus, I think. I think that I want to play a Darcy again this turn, where I am a bit worried about my opponent getting to have a Planeswalker go unanswered. I'm gonna play this Darcy, and then I think end of turn, just cycle Dress Down. Or I guess I should probably I guess I need to do it on their like main phase. Do you think my 4-color General deck is still top tier? I do feel like the metagame is kind of shifting a bit, where Chalice is becoming a little less good. But I still do like the deck, yeah. Okay, we might have to go to game 3. Or we might also find an Unholy Heat. The bot keeps saying I want to know in the challenge. I am want to know in the challenge, Ricardo. Do you want the full story? Or do you want to figure it out, maybe? How I could be want to know this quickly. But we're currently playing a league. Did I sleep well? No, I did not. But I'm also seeing the Celestial Colonnade, so I think they're actually over there. But I did not sleep particularly well. I did get a buy round 1, yeah. I got through. I've never had a buy on Magic Online before, I think. A little late on that. Can we find the Unholy Heat? We did find we found Unholy Heat Thoughtseize? That is actually the nuts. And this Teferi Hero of Dominaria card just ain't what it used to be, huh? Electrolyze, and they brought in Chalice. My hand's pretty resilient to Chalice at the moment, but Chalice is very good against me in general. Guess I take that. I mean, Tron Super Friends is never a buy. Are they colonnading me? They are colonnading me. So I guess we can get Inquisition. They electrolyze. We can also escape Kroxa. If we escape Kroxa, they can't colonnade me next turn and kill me with electrolyze. So I should be able to Inquisition the electrolyze. Yeah. Be fine. Too early to think about how to escape though. Creature. Does Dress Gen shut off Colonnade? It turns off Flying and Vigilance. My opponent discards their Steam Vents, holds on for dear life to their Electrolyze. Justin has no interaction with Colonnade. If they activate Colonnade before attacks, you can cast Just down and lose his Flying Vigilance. That's how it should work, I think. The top deck Snapcaster, which is not great for us. I guess we just have another Kroxa in the yard, actually. Yeah, no, this is actually totally fine. Because we get to escape Kroxa, they discard their Electrolyze. We're just kind of in a very similar spot. Now we don't have to think at all, too. Does it keep the ability to give mana? That's a really good question. Judge? Right, opponent's top decking. Opponent is dead if they like just fire up Colonnade, attack and pass. You can drown the Snapcaster and bolt them. Okay, so I think I'd like to lead on Inquisition here. Just to know exactly what's up. I guess this is maybe, I mean, I just have this extra black mana kind of chilling anyways. They decide to draw 2. Yeah. Wow, that ended up working out as good as it possibly can. I don't think I was supposed to counter the charm. Because if this just resolves and we see that their coast is clear, we kill this and bolt them, right? Coast is not clear. I can dress down the Snapcaster. Probably best to just go counter, and then they need to have a 4 or 5 mana spell in their hand, otherwise they die to the bolt plus Kroxa trigger. Mate, you do look tired? I am tired, mate. Yeah. I'm on like 4 hours of sleep. Counter charm and bolt snap was lethal. Oh yeah, you're right. We're not at 100% today, boys. Not at 100%. I think I'm just gonna try to bait them into firing up the Colonnade. If you just down isn't played as a creature lose flash, it doesn't stop abilities that have creatures in hands. Let me check how many rounds are in the challenge still. We got the bye round 1. Okay, yeah, still plenty of time. Wait, I'm putting reveal Lurrus of the Dream Den. Kind of a slow hand here. This is definitely one of those, should we keep this hand because it could really be anything? I think that it's fine. Like, if maybe if this was not a fetch land, it would be better to mulligan, but this hand is, like, good enough to keep if we can find an impactful play for next turn. Maybe even 2 if we can find, like, a red woman, a creature, and a discard spell. There's a discard spell. I should keep that, so I'll go ahead and play my Tarn, draw the discard spell. A Lurrus deck with Mishra's Bauble, interesting. Principe and Cancer got 5-0s with Tron, officially a Boomerase. That's funny. I didn't know that was also Principe's 5-0. I've been a little unplugged, where I've been actually like living my life for the last 24 hours, and I haven't been really in tune with Magic Online things, or Magic things in general, I guess. for like, yeah, for like the last 24 hours. But we're plugging back in, we're grinding the race, we're gonna have a good time. All right, Ice Fang. Wait, they shocked in the Watery Grave? That's like super loose. Oh, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm gonna take this Ice Fang. When I play TBR, Dress Down is kind of like the new improved TBR, where this card turns your shadows into 13/13s, but is also like really, really like it leads to a lot of blowouts from your opponents as well. The card has been very impressive so far. And it's just like you just can't afford to play infinite combat tricks. I think that you really just have to accept it. Yeah, shocked to have I know that they shocked to have push open, but with the contents of their hand and maybe with the contents of their heart, what I'm saying is I think that it would have been better to not have done that. It would have been better to just play the Triumph tapped, in my opinion. And I mean, I know that they have like infinite copies of Fatal Push. So I could go Dress Down Kroxa, but then the Kroxa just dies to push, so pretty sure they were supposed to go Kroxa into Shock, cast Shadow. I'm playing 3 Dressed Out main. I'm actually playing the 4th in the sideboard because I really want to draw. I really want it against Elementals. It's just the best card in that matchup. I imagine that they're going to push the Shadow. Their hand is currently Charm, Fatal Push, 2 mystery cards after their draw step, and they also have access to Behold the Multiverse. Is Elementals a percentage of the metagame? Yeah, it's one of the best decks, I think. It's hard to necessarily quantify exactly how popular it is, of course, but it's pretty popular. It's pretty popular. So I can escape Kroxa, or I can go Iteration here. Iteration hold up Dress Down for Lurrus is kind of interesting. We also might find a discard spell. We did not find a discard spell. We did draw a 3rd Lightning Bolt if we want it. I guess so. The burn plan is becoming potentially a viable line. You know, it's also weird to me that they put Lurrus in their hand instead of holding up Charm / Behold, but I hope that they're just gonna play into my Dress Down here. Well, if my opponent stole the Shadow, it would die because they're above 13. They have like a bunch of extra pushes in their hand anyways. But they're not gonna play the Lurrus. Alright, I'm gonna get basic Swamp. Thoughtseize. They're gonna counter this to protect Lurrus. They are. Oh, they're drawing 2. They counter to protect Lurrus. So I'm gonna escape Kroxa. I'm not going to value like the Dress Down plan so much because if my opponent just doesn't play into it, I waste all my mana. They didn't play it into it last turn. We could just kill the Lurrus. Just I really like it. Yeah, this card is really, really overperformed. This card is really, really overperformed so far. I mean, it hasn't necessarily, I guess, looked great this league, right? Because we have just played against 2 control decks. But I've been just blown away with how like versatile and how powerful this card has been, and specifically this shell, of course, where it works, you know, really, really well with Death Shadow and Kroxa. Right, get their last card out of their hand. Have a Kroxa in play. They do have a Behold the Multiverse, a Bauble, and their draw step. Oh, they left a Breeding Pool. I mean, it looks like they didn't have a quadruple black, but it's brutal for their last card to be pushed here, and they just don't get to cast it. How did I think to try it? Was it an idea to see someone play it? I think it was a chat suggestion to play it in this shell specifically, but it was, you know, it was definitely a card on my radar because of Legacy players. Legacy players have been really talking it up. Yeah, but I believe that we first started playing this on the stream like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Due to a chat suggestion is how I remember it going. I might be misremembering. It's pretty early. Oh no, I should have cast the Dress Down here. If you Dress Down and Kroxa from hand, opponent doesn't have to discard. Yes, that's the case. I probably should have done that right there. Yeah, but you just have to like so like usually with Kroxa, you'll just go like end of turn, cast Dress Down, and Dress Down will stay in play. Then you'll untap and cast Kroxa. This Snapcaster. Well, I'll see if this gets countered. I'm gonna graveyard the Thoughtseize. Interesting. Gotta play fast, 17 matches left. We should have time. I don't mind double queuing a little bit. Kind of, I don't know why my opponent's playing this card. They just have access to surely better things. Like just play what I feel like Fact or Fiction is better. Alright, they pack it up. We get to bring in the 4th Drown. Cut these Unholy Heats. I'm gonna bring in the first Lantern against this control variant. Bring in the Unearth over the 4th Bolt, of course. I think I just want like 1 Lantern. Really don't want to draw too many of those. I think Dress Down is definitely better against our opponent than against the previous control opponent, where this can like stop Ice Fang, Snapcaster Lurrus, and then also of course buff our own cards. Room and sides were full of hosers. I mean, they have been. Even I guess I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but a lot of modern decks still have sideboards full of hosers. This one's like just a bit different, right? Where like this deck doesn't need to sideboard answers to Saga because we have all these Dress Downs. I mean we have the Alpine Moons too, but like you just don't need to play as much Artifact Hate because of the Dress Downs, I think, which is really interesting to me. Yeah, you have to Dress Down before Kroxa. Alright, 12 matches left, but it's also only 30 minutes on the clock, so we should have time to finish this this match. Tom, thank you for extending your tier 1 sub. It's really nice of you. Appreciate you. Lurrus on the draw. Definitely a good hand here. Definitely a good hand. Why no push? Okay, command. You know, for these kind of questions, it's always like, you know, I'm not playing push because I think Lightning Bolt and Unholy Heat are better in this deck than push, and I only want to be playing like 6 1-mana removal spells. And then Kolaghan's Command is not in the deck because I think that with the Dress Downs, the Kroxas, the iterations, our mana curve is just too high to play Kolaghan's Command. Like if you were to play Kolaghan's Command, you'd play it over the Dress Down. No! And that's just not something I think we want to be doing. I haven't seen a Veil of Summer in a while. I guess they're still out there, lurking. Surely my opponent would not have 2 Veil of Summers, though. I'll keep another Thoughtseize, I think. 2 Ice Fangs, and a Counterspell, and a Behold. How does this deck deal with Chalice? Engineered Explosives. Units removal may be a consideration. The one, kill a creature, lose 2 life? I don't know, it's like... Killing a creature for 2 mana in Modern right now isn't that good. And it's like, I wouldn't cut Drown in the Loch for that card. I wouldn't cut, like, this deck also has access to Terminate, so... So I'm not, you know, necessarily of the opinion that that's going to be a card that ends up making the cut, but... It could be, you never know. Alright, I would like to try to maybe find a land to escape Kroxa next turn. It'd only be good in Sultai. Yeah, maybe. Keep that. You mentioned Shadow decks having a deceptive curve in the past, but 19 lands seems a little low, which changed that to be more feasible. I feel like you're the first person to say that the land count is low. Like, a lot of people want me to cut a land. I know I was playing more lands in the other variants, but like the like, or at least like the other variants that I was playing before MH2, right? I was playing more lands, but that version didn't have access to Darcy, which can like really smooth out your draws a lot. That's probably the big thing. But like our curve is pretty low, even though Kroxa and Expressive Iteration are more like 3 and 4 drops. Our curve is still like generally pretty low here. And again, just Darcy does help smooth things out a lot. So I think I'm gonna go Thoughtseize their counterspell. Cast Iteration. Oh, and Brick. That's fine, that's fine. It's a double shadow next turn. Low compared to other brews? Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I don't necessarily... Do you mean just like low compared to other Darcy Ragavan decks? Because just you can't... Every deck just has different mana requirements. Where like, even compared to like the other Grixis decks that are very similar to this, like those decks tend to play Snapcaster Mage Kolagon's Command. And I'm not playing those cards, so I feel like my curve can be a little lower. My opponent didn't put Lurrus in their hand. I'm kind of worried about just like getting cheesed out by the Ice Fang, but I'm going to escape Kroxa. Kroxa's just so good against these kind of decks. Counter, totally fine with that. Although if they Lurrus in hand, then they get to get back their explosives down the line. I guess by down the line I mean next turn. Blue red? No, this is tough actually. Blue red. Yeah, let's do it like this. You can go to they're drawing a Bauble. Yeah, I'm just gonna take their Lurrus. We could draw an answer to this, maybe. Oh, they have force for the answer. Oh man, maybe this was loosey goosey, huh? Let's really die into this Ice Fang. It would have been really good if we could have played the Shadow. Yeah, we're just dead to the Ice Fang. Oh man, okay, game 3. Go to play. The opponent's deck is cool. Very reminiscent of like the decks you're trying out pre-MH2. I like it. Yeah, if we had tapped the Steam Vents instead of the Watery Grave and just not left up blue mana, then we could cast the Shadow. Maybe we would have won that game. Maybe that was better. It's all this deck in the challenge. My opponent's deck? Maybe. Wafu's always playing random stuff. Guess the Behold the Multiverse, but it definitely seems like Wafu, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna go end of turn dress down into Inquisition plus Kroxa. When it misses their land drop, not sure if that was intentional. Kind of felt intentional because they, paused. The scroll, I feel like Scroll Blade's fine. I like the more creature heavy version with like Spellstutter Sprite. Oh, they have Veil of Summer? Away. I think it seems like they kept the hand on the strength of Veil. It does, of course, mean my opponent is gonna get to, or at least I'm not gonna get to Kroxa plus dress down, but like stopping my opponent from cantripping, they missed the land drop. That seems more important. Oh. And we get rewarded for our play, huh? The deck starts shifting their sideboards away from hammer to add torp orbs for elementals. You should be prepared for both hammer time and elementals. Those are two of the best decks in the format. I put a can draw a black source for push, but if they do, just get to escape. Kroxa just crushes these matchups, man. Cryptic Command, it's a name I have not heard in quite some time. Let's get a lot of 4-drops over there. Yeah, I can keep a lightning bolt. Morning, Judge. I appreciate everybody joining me on a day where I'm not usually streaming, at a time where I'm not usually streaming. I almost went back to sleep. I woke up at 5 after going to sleep at like midnight. Which isn't that bad, of course, but I really wanted to stream today because next weekend is the Hunter Burton Memorial Open Tournament and paper. And it's like, something I've been very excited for, and I'm just not gonna be able to stream that. And or stream it all that weekend. So I wanted to like not go 2 weekends in a row without streaming a weekend tournament. Rancid Mind, 12 months, let's get this challenge. Hell yeah. We got the round 1 bye. I definitely woke up as like, okay, if I lose round 1, I'm just gonna drop. But then we got the bye. What do you about more streamers joining the trophy race? It's exciting, right? Like, I think that's better. More people actually engaging with it and trying to compete. That's better than it's just me the whole time. It's just me, your boy, Aspiring Spike, grinding out trophies by himself. Yeah, it seems infinitely more interesting to me. And it's also like just definitely true. It's definitely true that Magic content's like a bit it can get a bit stale, so spicing it up is exciting. I didn't know Hunter. No. I did play a lot of Magic in the area, but that was a little bit after Hunter passed. Was really when I started getting into to Magic and DFW. What I said versus food decks, I bring in the explosives and the Alpine Moons and the 4th dress down. Has the trophy race increased my viewer count? Yeah, it has. Yeah. I think so. I haven't been like paying too much attention to analytics lately, but I'm pretty sure it has. So I can put Lurrus in my hands. I can just escape this Kroxa though. I think about this a lot. There's a Kroxa tweet. Kroxa, for those of you who don't know, is the biggest Magic streamer. He streams Arena. And he like once tweeted that Magic content is lazy and boring to watch. And I think about that tweet all the time because it's, coming from the most popular Magic streamer, right? So for the most popular Magic streamer to say that Magic content is lazy and boring to watch, it's just been something I've thought a lot about. And I do agree to a big extent where a lot of the reason why I found success as a streamer is because I put a lot of work into the stream, and I do like a lot of testing off stream. I work really, really hard on these deck lists, and I put up collages, and I commit to bits, and I think that this is a big part of the reason why I found success. And it seems like a lot of Magic streams don't like to put that much effort into it, not calling anybody out, and there are definitely like lots of Magic streamers who put a lot of work into their streams that are really, really good and talented. I'm not the only one, but just like me and other people who put work into the stream find more success on average. And so, you know, the trophy race is to push me to like continue to be as best as I can possibly be. It's to continue to push me to not have my content be, you know, lazy and boring to watch. Survivorship bias. Survivorship bias. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but it sounds like you're saying that I have just kind of made it due to luck, and I'm trying to find meaning in me making it, but I just have been lucky. I hope that that's me not misinterpreting what you're saying. Thanks, Wappa. Appreciate you. Okay, we're playing against a Lurrus deck in this league match. We're gonna keep our hand. My thoughts on Yawgmoth? Yawgmoth's definitely a deck that you can play in like most metagames if you've mastered it. Mastering it's maybe the hard part. Easy button for matches that go that well. Well, there was one moment that was really scary where we tapped out of our dress down saying we like need our opponent not to draw. We really need our opponent not to draw or Niv Mizzet this turn, and then they did draw it. Besides that, it was good. Sorry I was online for the toes bad. Yeah, no worries. I was also distracted by the sweetness, but it was fun. Definitely a good time. Yeah, playing against Hammer Time. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with Ragavan. I'm happy to trade it for Giver or Sentinel, I think. They let me hit. Like that's odd. Let's go. Bolt this, pay. Then I think also bolt the Sentinel. Have another Saga on top. It's the biggest reason to play the challenges for the EV 600 chest. It's for the clout mostly, or you know, it's for the stream. Is the honest answer. It's like chat like really likes to watch me play a tournament after spending an entire week trying to build decks that are ready for tournaments. You know, you want to play a shadow here. That's the truth. This is like. It's obviously not bad to play these for, you know, some EV. The Sundays challenge specifically is very good EV, but the stream really likes to see it, you know. All right, so we're gonna be dead to Pure Steel Paladin, but we know that their hand is Saga, 2 mystery cards, so their 2 mystery cards would have to be White Source Pure Steel Paladin. I'm hoping that they just make another Saga creature. Oh no, they could actually get a white mana with Drum. And they didn't float mana off the Saga, which makes me think we were just dead. Maybe we can block. Equip the Shadow Spear. Attacking is a bit dicey into the Shadow. Oh, sorry. I was thinking that they would have to get the hammer off the Saga. They would have to get. They couldn't got hammer and drum. Never mind. Then they sack the Canopy, which is not great sequencing. So we attack like this. If they block here, we go dress down, and then construct trades for Ragavan, and they take 13. So doing it this way, I guess we do lose the Ragavan trigger. Oof. Well, I mean, I guess I can't be too upset that their hands all lands. Oh no. Okay, learning lesson. Learning lesson, huh? The dress down sacks at the end of turn, and so the Shadow Soul has the point of damage on it and dies. They drew Ingenious Smith for turn. They put a Colossus Hammer into their hand. Guess they might just equip here. Equip onto the Ornithopter. Kind of don't hate. Yeah, it's good that this was not the challenge. I think I'm gonna play Darcy, hold up, drown. I'm not very likely to. Maybe I should just kill the Ornithopter. Yeah, I'm not very likely to dress down though, because I want to try to kill those Saga tokens with the dress down. Yeah, we could have. Yeah, if we had seized the Thoughtseize, the Shadow would have survived, because it would have been a 3/3. So yeah, we'll know for next time. I'm gonna save this Thoughtseize for them putting Lurrus in their hand though. Opponent's hand is Hammer, Silent Clearing, Mystery card. If they attack with the Smith, I'll just block. If they move the Shadow Spear over to the Smith, I think I'll block with Darcy. Not sure. They move over to the Construct, I'll dress down. I guess this is how their other Construct gets to survive. I think I'll Graveyard that. It's just currently a 1/1. That's a good card though. So let's Iteration. Graveyard. Attack with both. How's it rolled if you miss the sack trigger, causing creature not to die from the marked damage thing? I mean, I'm not sure exactly how a judge would rule it, but they would probably roll it back. Like, it's like a pretty serious trigger to miss. Man, Darcy is broken. They're just drawing an Ornithopter, so we should be safe to Sentinel. I guess I can Thoughtseize first. Just double check that the coast is clear. I guess I could take another one of these. Feels like a fine draw. The mystery card was just a plains. Awesome, Draven. Glad that you're liking the stream. They probably put a hammer into play. Not sure. Should I let the equip happen? If I let the equip happen, then the construct doesn't die to the dress down. So I should, right? I should have responded to the equip, huh? Because the equipment will give it +1/+1. Oops, this is the challenge. If you're in LGS, people bring 5-color elementals. We'll pack some torpor orbs in the sideboard. I think Dress Down would be a good sideboard card against Sagi, even without the Kroxa Shadow synergy. You probably have to be a Lurrus deck for it to be like the best option, but I could see if you're a Lurrus deck it being the best option, yeah. I'm double blocking here. We can then drown the construct and then Ragavan can get in. Maybe a little risky. I can keep it dressed down. Alright, I like getting that off of the top of my opponent's library. I know that I had the dress down on top, but actually I think it's just probably better to put this in my hand. We are still dead to another one. Oh no, we're not dead. We can block. Yeah, we're not dead. We're maybe not super alive though. The equipped creature, for example, so the equipped creature gains highest dress down stops ability. Yes, so like dress down stops like lifelink trample, but it doesn't stop the +1/+1. But if they're equipped, it does stop those abilities. All right, let's get in for 8. My opponent needs to chump, I think. They let Ragavan hit them again. So this lets me play Escape Kroxa. We can't block Nexus. Well, we can block Nexus if Darcy is flying. Yeah. I think this is good to play Escape Kroxa line. Yeah. Cause they're like pretty flooded. They like I don't think that they have 2 spells to discard. Okay, so we get to bring in the 4th dress down, the explosives, the drown, the terminate, the unholy. Yeah, we have a lot to bring in here. I do like to cut Ragavans in this matchup. I think I want to cut the 4th Death Shadow. I want to trim on discard spells. I want to go down to like 2 or 1 Kroxa. Probably 2. 4 discard spells. Maybe play 3 Darcy. Yeah. Be like way more controlling post board. I might play more Ragavans on the play. Watch out because the deck's getting thrown out. Yeah, you just don't need that many threats. They don't have a ton of removal. Death Shadow, Kroxa can easily win the game on their own. Lurrus also can win the game like on the back of explosives. You don't need to like you need to be trimming a lot of threats in this matchup and turning it to more of a control deck, in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna keep this. Do I just kill the Ornithopter now? I don't think so. See a land, shuffle land. Draw one anyways. So we can go dress down plus Unholy Heat Sanctifier to kill it, theoretically. Might just be good to... I guess we could go end of turn dress down. It's just kind of bad if they cast Hammer in response. Oh, please just equip. Oh, sorry. I guess they don't have to spend mana. It's fine, though. Dude. I mean, so my opponent might just have a hammer, and they might just get me. They're playing, like, pretty fast, so I don't think they have it. Wow. This is something, huh? Okay, hold on. Can I get Delirium? Can't. But Lightning Bolt Sanctifier. That is something, huh? I'll keep the explosives on top. Lightning Bolt Sanctifier in Vec. MTGO Premium. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Shadow if I want to E on 1. Imagine if the Shadow's a Scourge. You mean dead right now? Yeah, not a super good hand. I guess I will play an Explosives on 1 here. Yeah, opponent's definitely been a good sport. Alright, let's go to 8, so we have a 2-turn clock here. Should be good enough. Happy birthday, Pierce. We have a good one. Yeah, we're doing pretty well today. I think it looks like we're gonna be 5-0 in matches on today, 3-0 in the league, and then 2-0 in the challenge. Been really liking this deck. His hand is Hammer, Sigard is Aid, so they should just be dead. The Drown on the Stoneforge. We know their hand exactly. They're just into this, so I'll just cast it. Is the league deck identical to 75 challenge deck? Yeah, we're just playing the same deck. Right in the trophy leaderboard. 3-0 have a chance to catch back up to Principe. I mean, I think we should keep this. Dress Down like is pretty good with the Kroxa. We have a turn 1 Ragavan. A hand that just has both basics is so weird. We have a deck tech for TR Cruz. Lurrus brings Light Valky. So this is 4 color with main deck Chalice. I feel like you need to get away from the drowns. Like, one drown is like, you get drown is like a pretty good card in the format, but it doesn't work super well with your exile based removal and like your lack of thought scours and 1-drops in general. So I would probably try to not play drown, and then just having your only black mana be for Valky makes your mana base a lot better too. Playing against Tron, I should have not played this first, but here I do like the main deck explosives. I would like to see, I think, the first copy of Engineered Explosives in the main deck, maybe even 2 copies of Explosives in the main deck. I do not think you really want to be playing Cryptic. I'd probably play the 4th Verdict and then try to lower this curve a bit. You could maybe play like the first copy of Force of Negation. See, my opponent had Waste on top. Yeah, the first copy of Force of Negation might be good. Oh no. More explosives. Keep that on top. Alright, they don't have Tron. Don't know what they're drawing next turn, but their hand is pretty empty. They play Blast Zone. So I'm gonna attack. No, I guess I'll fetch and then I get to hit them for more. Hold on, I'll think more about the deck tech. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to think, like, do I want to cast the Kroxa or do I want to just down? I guess I'll Inquisition. We get the Surveil. This kind of really will inform us, what's going on. I think I should dress down the Kroxa. I don't really like the Weather the Storm so much in the sideboard. I like to see the 4 mana, let's see. I could cast Dress Down right now to turn off Haste, but the Kroxa could just block the Smasher if I do this instep. Yeah, I'd like to see the Culling Ritual, destroy all non-land permanents, CMC 2 or less. I'd like to see that card as a bring to light target in the board at least. Keep that. I mean, they have this Blast Zone, but I do like that playing the Shadow here makes them pop it on 1. I get to use my mana and I just have a backup Shadow anyways. I don't think I have too many other thoughts. I don't think the Aether Gusts are super necessary in the sideboard. That's one thing. Did I say I want the first copy of Brainstone? Because that is one thing I might have forgot to suggest. Just that first copy of Brainstone I think is good enough. Alright, so now they have Tron. It is, at least good for us that they drew another land, I guess. I would change Cryptics for Verdicting Ritual. Yeah, that might actually be... Well, no, I would play the second Ritual before the first Verdict. I would cut the Cryptics for, like, second Explosives, Brainstone, maybe. You could also toy with the idea of trying Should I take this? No, I don't think I can. You could toy with the idea of playing a growth spiral in that deck too. Maybe I should iteration before combat because they're just gonna cast the blast zone for sure. So I get the surveil. That was probably better. Yeah, it does kill the collar. It's kind of funny. Main deck collar is kind of weird these days. Alright, let's cast Ragavan and Shadow. 9/9 Shadow. Could escape Kroxa next turn. Kind of softer than top decking Karn. Yeah, both the League and the Challenger 3-0. Off to a good start today. We're pretty flooded. It's honestly really cool that the League is also feels like high stakes, of course, right? Good morning, Arik. How are you doing today? Because I am honestly in some ways more nervous for the this challenge match than the challenge. They're like trimming a dress down. I played this matchup before. It's a bit weird. I need to play like 2 or 3 explosives for Chalice. Probably just 3. Like Chalice is just maybe the most important card. We can cut an Inquisition. 3 drowns is probably fine, but drowning can be a bit awkward. But having access to some counter magic is probably important. I don't think I need Terminate. No, I don't think I need Terminate. I think that that's one really common misconception is that spot removal is good against Eldrazi Tron. Just really not. And Heat is the best removal by a lot in this matchup, except when there's a Chalice in play. But our creatures are just bigger than their creatures a lot of the time. We don't need to kill everything. I can keep this. I've seen how insane Dress Down has been in Legacy. I've heard. I haven't watched too much Legacy content lately. But, that was kind of a little bit of the... That's definitely what put it on my radar in Modern, is how excited about it Legacy players are. Second Temple, Thought Not Seer. It's pretty good, huh? What is the last year you think you'll reveal Lurrus' companion? 2069, probably. Would be my guess. You think you can play Snap in the deck? You would have to cut Kroxas to play Snapcasters. They kind of feel it's the same slot, but the thing is, it's Kroxa plays so well with Dress Down. I don't think that you want to. You can. Let's cast a Iteration here. Thanks. Alright, Iteration, at least getting those cards off the top of our library, huh? Maybe I should have played the third Dress Down. Yeah, I think I might try to get that back in the deck for game 3. Playing the Shadow right now, it's a little cold to Dismember, but we drew another land. We just have to get a little lucky, I think. Jund Lurrus, Rectus Lurrus, or Marty Lurrus, which deck could I choose to play? Probably Jund right now. I haven't found a build of Marty that I like. I'm sure that there is one that exists. That's probably fine. They grab Tower. I'm surprised they're attacking like this. Well, maybe I messed up. I'm not playing around another Thought Not Seer. I mean, they can't make a Saga token this turn though. I'm gonna get tapped. That land here. Attack, just put Lurrus in our hand. Cross our fingers. Yeah, their draw is also very good, of course. Yeah, but what about the third Thoughtseize? Ooh, good question. Maybe I should have held up Drown. They're gonna get Blast Zone with Expedition Map. They have a Ballista? Ballista doesn't kill me this turn. They have Dismember. Interesting. Well, Drown would have been pretty good against this. Oh, it's Contortion. Contortion to kill me? Awesome. Cool. I didn't think about that. That was not on my radar at all. I think on the play, I'm just gonna go down on explosives. Up a dress down. I think 3 is probably a good number for this matchup. Really want to turn 1 Ragavan. Mulligan. Keep, I guess. What happened to the Modern Challenge? We're still 3-0 in there. We're just playing this in between rounds. I can put back the dress down. Really good hit. I'll keep a Thoughtseize. Get to take their Chalice. And Thoughtseize Karn next turn. I really hope that they just spend their next turn casting Matter Reshaper and not killing one of my guys with Warping Wail. But they have to main phase it if they kill if they want to kill one here. Then maybe I'll take Matter Reshaper. I'm not sure. They have the Blast Zone, yeah. So they are gonna cast through Shaper, which I'm pretty happy with here, because we should be able to get Delirium, and now the Warping Wail doesn't kill a Darcy if we do get Delirium, although we still don't have it. There we go. Could keep a dress down. I think I'm gonna Graveyard. And then I think I need to name Blast Zone. It's a pretty fast clock, 6 in the air. Sadly, like 1 point off of being super fast. Did you have thought on Seer? I don't have the heat up right now, unfortunately. The 3 down to 9, then 7. We hit them. Okay, there. Easy. Attack with your Shaper, do we block? Probably. They talk about Thought on Seer, I might just block that. I did board out my bolts, unfortunately. Yeah, it's kind of bad if they chump block the Shadow with the Warping Wail token, so I think I just block. They hit a power plant, not a mine, thankfully. How come when I joined the stream, everybody's talking about Dress Down? It's a really interesting card. It's just also what we've been playing a bunch the last couple days. Pete, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. We're having a good day today. Alright. Maybe find land on Unholy Heat. This means the Thought on Seer doesn't trade for Shadow. In control deck should run a copy. I think it's only really going to be good if you're playing Lurrus as a companion. But if you're a Lurrus control deck, then yeah. Maybe in the sideboard. Alright. I play the Blast Zone, no counters on it. They can All Is Dust. Then we lose if we don't draw a land for Kroxa. I'm assuming that they have to have All Is Dust in their hand, of course. But I feel like they would have already cast it, huh? Hey Matthew, yeah, I did wake up. I'm not feeling too tired. We've won every match on stream. We're currently 4-0 the league, 3-0 in the challenge. We did have a bye round 1 of the challenge. Lurrus is pretty broken. Okay, so this is for the 5-0. My opponent didn't reveal a companion. We have a turn 1 Monke on the play, so I'm feeling pretty good. Warning Chaos Theory. Uh-oh. My opponent's feeling lucky. Opponent's feeling wakey. Oh no! It's Living End again. Although maybe this hand is going to be good against them. Just like we just lost in the challenge to Living End. A revenge, hopefully. Their draw is very good. They got the luck counter. Oh, man. Their deck is so good. Am I hoping to hit like Charlotte into Thoughtseize? Oh boy, called shot. The called shot. That would be so sick. Discard spell. Hit Darcy. It's probably not good enough. Another cycler. I feel like whenever, like, I don't know. How do the Living End players always draw like this? I mean, I know that the deck's like really consistent, but okay, never mind. All right, I was able to complain enough. I was thinking, oh no, I meant to shoot, I meant to upkeep both them, but I guess it ended up working out. See if we get Delirium here. We do get Delirium, so some extra damage. Force, okay. Oh no, I probably should have just main phase bolted them. Yeah. What did they pitch? Borrower. Although now I can like kill my own Darcy if they Living End here. So let's go. Yeah, I like they like very clearly have Violent Outburst. I want them to cast it like now. Petty Theft or Shardless Agent. Wow. So I guess we kill that. That's like I've done a good job of like complaining enough, I think, this game that my opponent obviously doesn't draw well. So I think I should go bolt them. Try to find Delirium, then we can escape Kroxa. Didn't find Delirium. Leaving Bolt on top is interesting. Exile Living End. I have to shuffle, just escape Kroxa. Them to no cards in their hand. Be a bit more careful with what I escape, I guess. Land. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I have another land in my hand. The Shadow comes back as a 1/1 if they do top deck a Cascade spell. They cycled, they should be dead. Okay, cool. Alright, got a good chance to get back on the top of the leaderboard, huh? To bring in the 4th Drown, get to bring in the Lanterns. Then I think we cut the 4th Dress down. Cut the Heats. The 4th Bolts. I think I liked the Sideboard plan last time. Hand's good enough to keep against them. That was 61? I don't know. I guess I don't remember what my sideboard plan was. Was there like a card that I thought I was citing out that I didn't? Added a bolt back, okay. Alright, let's Thoughtseize on one to play around Force on my Lantern, which happened to us earlier today. Oh, this Unearth. Yeah, I didn't mean to have this Unearth in the deck. I could take the Architects. Architects makes it so less likely that they draw, you know, like Grieve or an answer to my Lantern here. Soul Guide Lantern to beat Leyline of Sanctity. I have to say it like 1,000 times every stream. Yeah, but we found the 61st card. How you doing, Doom? Good to see you in chat, buddy. Yeah, Relic is of course bad in the deck, yeah. They will just play Spell Bomb instead, so people stop asking. But then I guess they'll ask, hey Spike, why'd you switch? Probably not the best strat, I guess. It's Doom. Alright, if we get to untap with double drown up, I'll feel pretty good. I'll make them actually put the Living End on the stack, I guess. Pretty content with this. Probably means they drew another Cascade spell. Now the Unearth is going to end up being pretty good, although it might take it with the Grief, I guess. They also are now down 2 Living Ends. They just pitched one to Grief here. We knew that there was one in their hand, so they usually only play 3. So once you get that third Living End discarded or countered or exiled, things get a lot easier usually. What graveyard deck in the meta plays the white Leyline? Literally the deck we're playing against right now, Living End. The deck we're playing against right now is the one. They don't always play it, but they do a decent amount of the time, and it's really bad for you when they do. They can still force drown. Yeah. I know the drown isn't like literally win the game by itself, but they don't have that much time either. I guess I'm like guaranteed to fetch here, so I'll do that before I. Drawing Foundation Breaker. Goblin Snoop combo beats our champion. Yeah, you can respond to the triggers. We only get punished for putting this in hand if we draw another round. She didn't. Bolt is interesting though. Alright, they're just dead if we don't counter this because we have the bolt, so I don't need to do anything. Yeah, Sunday Challenge. I thought the Sunday Challenge was an hour later than it actually was. Like, I don't know that I would have committed to it if I realized what time it was, but it's also true next weekend I can't stream the challenge either. I can't stream the challenge because of the Hunter Burton, so I wanted to make sure I didn't go 2 weekends in a row without streaming a challenge. But yeah, we did it. We are on top of the leaderboard again. Feels good. Or we're tied with Principe, you know. For now. The race continues. Let's open these chests. These are second trophy with this deck. Finally, that